G'day guys, it is Ben here from Hunt the Night. Now, what we're going to do today is have a quick look at this Cyclops 325 Thermal Monocular. Now, the 325 stands for the 3 in all the ThermTec devices mean it's a 384 sensor. The 25 is its focal length, so it's got an f1 25mm lens. It's got a net D rating of sub 40 millikelvin, which is what you'd expect out of this type of device, and certainly out of 25mm focal lengths. It's got a base magnification of 2.4, and it's got digital magnification from 1 to 6. So that's kind of the specifications out of the way. It does have two internal 18650 batteries, so you get a really good runtime out of this. There's a couple of things about this device that are different to other devices. And the reason why I'm starting with the 325 is we sell a lot of the devices in that 25mm focal length. They're a good introductory price device. You know, they're good for detection. There's some cows on a hill. You've got no idea they're cows. You can hardly see the heat dots, but it's over 2 kilometers away. You've got a wombat sitting up on a hill about 400 meters, and you can detect that. As well. So, the detection range on these for things like pigs and roos and deer, isn't too bad. You probably want to step up a little bit higher into the 35mm for foxes. You will see foxes moving around still at that kind of 400 or 500 meters, and you'll know it's a fox by the way it is a fox. But that's just typical of this type of design and focal length. Now, these are, and it goes back to having the double internal batteries, a little bit bigger than other ones on the market. So this is the LH25, which is also an f1 25mm lens, and you can see there's a fair bit of size difference. But one thing that I love about this device is first the image quality, but secondly is this joystick. Okay, I don't know how many times, and this isn't got to do with just the HIC Micro, but any device that's got multiple functional buttons in a row like this, I always press the wrong button. It's, maybe that's a me thing. This is so simple to use. I move the joystick to the right, which is down obviously for this purpose of this video, and I'm changing color palettes. It's that easy. I move it up, and I'm zooming in. I pull it back and I'm zooming out. I press it, I refresh, I double press it, and it brings up the main menu. And in that main menu, this device has got a lot of things. Now, I'm going to get some footage of the menus, which we'll do in another one, but I don't have them at the moment because I can't record it on screen, unfortunately. But with this device, I can control the image from so many different levels. I can either tell it to be in wide dynamic range or not. I've got brightness, contrast, smooth, denoise. I can change the brightness of the LCD screen and the hue, sorry, the OLED screen in the back, independently of the brightness of the image. So there's so many controls over this. It's got GPS tagging in here as well. You can put GPS coordinates. You can pull them out, which is great if you're, in a spot where you really like to be and you want to get back there. You can just run the GPS coordinates. The 640 versions of these have also got image stabilization. Now, these come in a 315, so 15mm, a 325 and a 335, and then they jump into the 625 and 650, as well. And we'll do reviews of them individually, but I just wanted to do this one first because this is our most popular focal length. Now, there's a couple of things that I really, really like about this image. The color palettes. The color palettes are extremely useful. Pulsar make great color palettes, and ThermTec make great color palettes. I think they're the two best color palette software guys on the market, because what you get with these color palettes, and you see it a lot in red hot in a lot of devices, you get this really blowout type of red hot type thing where it and white hot can be super white hot. What ThermTec have done is they intensify the image but not the background at the same time, and they do this across all their devices. And I found that in the past that, if you've got something black hot in front of trees, for instance, you can lose the image because the trees are generally hot. But what ThermTec have done is they've done a really good job of making the trees lighter, I guess, in terms of the heat signature, and the animal hotter, so you don't lose that. But the color palettes as well, they look natural-ish. Well, not that those color palettes look natural, but the red hot is saturates the whole image, not just part of the image. And, you know, I don't like heat tracking, but the heat tracking on this device isn't too bad either, because when there's something that's pretty hot on the screen, the heat tracking sets up that little heat tracking reticle, which I like much better than the little cross ones that bump around everywhere, and it just fixes on it. You know, if you put it over something where there's not an intensified heat source, it will jump around until it finds that intensified heat source again and goes, oh, this is what we're looking for. So the heat tracking is kind of useful on this device as well. But it's the ease of use and the image quality of these things that are absolutely fantastic. They are a little bit bigger to hold, but they are so comfortable. Full one-hand operation. You know, you either got power or you've got recording. There's no mucking around trying to find buttons, and that is just so easy to play with. You know, and image quality speaks for itself. On these 325s, hands down one of the best 25mm focal length devices that we've seen. Couple of things with this. One, yes, it comes with an app as well, and the app is pretty good. It's much better on phones than it is on an iPad at the moment, because at the moment you can see, which I absolutely love, it is full screen, but I can't get to these buttons real well, and I can take a photo, but I can't actually switch it from photo or video at the moment. You'll see the wheel is spinning because the Wi-Fi is not going to reach where I've mounted that device just to get an image. But, you know, it's got some other things in here as well at the moment that aren't real great to play with. The software range finding, but that's software range finding in general. It's not something that's ever going to be useful. You know, what they've done is pretty cool, but it's got a long way to go in terms of making it useful. So I'm not really going to go into that software range finding at the moment because it's not that useful, but it is, you know, it's interesting and it's different. Anyway, guys, so that's kind of it. That is the introduction to the ThermTec Cyclops 325. I will get footage of all the other ones as well. These are available for sale at huntthenight.com.au, and these are an excellent monocular. Anyway, guys, there you are. Enjoy your day, and don't forget to tag a vegan.